I'll turn down the sound. Are the audio levels okay right now? With the music and my voice. Also, look at these narrator voice options. I need a vacation narrator, cheery but still underpaid narrator, or the narrator you don't want to mess with. We'll leave it to default for now. Hello, this is KT133 and today I'll be streaming Hellevator. This is a NaNoRenO2020 game. It also has voice acting, and if you've played Dear Devere, you'll recognize some of the voices. Hello Ing, how are you? Let's start.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries. Today, I would like to tell you a story about our young protagonist who will be put in one hell of a roller coaster ride. A roller coaster ride of emotional distress, if I may say so myself. Now, shall we begin? Once upon a time, there was a building. And in that building, there was an elevator. And in that elevator, there was no one? Please excuse me for a moment. Did they just give me the wrong script? Shouldn't it be... here we are. And in that elevator, there was our protagonist, who intended to go to the highest floor of the building to do something that this script does not seem to specify in detail.
Well, the top floor would be the penthouse, which is often the most expensive part of the building.
Who the hell wrote this? Sorry, am I allowed to add a bit more detail to it? You know, spice things up a bit? So it doesn't look like someone completed the script in 15 minutes? I'll take that silence as a yes. Once upon a time, on a very fine morning, a rather mundane main character was getting ready for work. What gender is our protagonist supposed to be?
Who should I pick? Azur said both.
Maybe we could chat for a bit so...
Maybe we could chat for a bit so time goes by faster? No complaints, right? So... maybe...
Oh wait, we can pick the avatar being different. Oh, okay. Hang on, I want to go back. Because at the moment I have shorter hair, which is more similar to this.
Maybe we...
And I'll pick those pronouns. It looks like it's been decided. It's a girl, folks. As she woke up and got herself ready for work, she looked at her reflection in the mirror and said, "It would be nice if my life was, at the very least, fun for the day." At least, I assume that's what she's thinking about. I can't read minds, you know. Coda says you can pick the voice different from the avatar. Yeah, I like that. Little did she know that her life would be turned upside down today. Oh, I'm so excited to see what's in store. Our protagonist changed into her work outfit and drove away to her workplace, passing through numerous streets until she finally reached the large building that she works in. The same old carpet that covered the scratched-up floor, dim lights that accentuated the tired faces of the people coming and going underneath them. Nothing much has changed since she started working here a year ago. But our protagonist, without fail, would step into the building with a large smile and tell herself, "It's going to be a great day today." See, we have a go-getter in our midst, although it's really just me pretending to be her. An admirable trait, isn't it? If only I had half of her enthusiasm, anyway. Protagonist. Narrator. Is the protagonist still not talking? No? Okay. There's a lot more people today than usual, interns maybe, or new intakes. I really have no clue what the boss is thinking these days.
Our hero bravely... Wait, am I telling the story correctly? Is this supposed to be an action thriller sort of thing?
I guess we'll find out later. Our hero bravely faced the day only to discover that she desperately needed a fresh cup of coffee. This kind of reminds me of the narration style in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, which was arguably one of the first English visual novels ever. Like in a good way though, like a good version of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, because Plumbers Don't Wear Ties got 4 out of 100 on PC Gamer magazine. But one of the aspects that it had with the narration was that there was a narrator who was narrating the story, and then he got in a fight with this karate expert woman who became the new narrator after she defeated him, and then he came back and they were arguing over who was going to narrate the story, and there were dogs clapping in the background for some reason. It was a very strange visual novel. It was, I think, made in the 1980s. The Angry Video Game Nerd did an episode about it, which is how I found out about it, but the episode is quite entertaining because of that. Yeah, there were dogs clapping in the background for some reason. You could hear clapping and dogs barking in the background, so it gave the illusion that the audience were dogs for some reason. Yeah, 4 out of 100. 4% success. It was a very, very strange visual novel. Like, if you enjoy stuff like the Room, it's kind of that vibe. But like, imagine that, but in a good way for this visual novel, because I'm quite enjoying this visual novel so far. Our hero bravely faced the day only to discover that she desperately needed a fresh cup of coffee. That sounds about right, probably. I'm here pretty early today. I should have time to grab myself a cup of coffee. She walked towards the coffee brewer near the front desk and made herself a cup of, well, you get the point. You know what they always say, a cup a day keeps...
Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Never mind. I'll skip to the next part.
And who's that? I've never seen her before. Her eyes gazed at the waiting area nearby, seated at one of the lobby's armchairs with a creepy, smiling expression on her face was a neatly dressed woman. Does our protagonist approach her? Of course she does. I wouldn't have anything interesting to tell otherwise. Also, I don't have to keep imitating her voice.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you looking for something?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much for asking.
Well, I work here and I saw you waiting, so I figured I'd...
Sorry to cut this conversation short, but I should get going now.
The creepy, cheery woman got up from her chair and walked away. Normal people don't monologue out loud to themselves, do they? I guess I'll have to step in again. That was weird. Anyway, my coffee's probably finished brewing by now. Our hero picked up her freshly brewed cup of coffee as she fought a long and hard battle of laziness. Her legs...
Narration is hard work.
I agree. Is it just me, or did the crowd grow even larger? It's hard to make descriptions sometimes, you know what I mean, when you're writing. It's very hard to figure out the narrator when you're first starting. Because they're like a character in and of themselves. I doubt these people are new employees. I'll take a quick look. Are you excusing the narrator? No, I'm empathizing with her. Is that a child among the sea of people? What in the world is he doing here?
Our protagonist approached the child holding a stuffed toy rabbit in his hands. Oh god, that's a creepy looking toy. Ugh, and a creepy looking kid.
Hey there, are you okay? Do you know where your mom and dad are? I can take you to the receptionist if you've lost them so you can call them back.
What does that toy remind me of? It looks like one of those plushies from... They made an animated film adaptation about that toy line a while ago. What were they called? But yeah, they had like those the unmatched eyes. Ugly dolls, that's what they're called, Coda. You're right. They weren't dolls though, they were plushies, but they were called ugly dolls. And they made a film about them, which I haven't seen yet, but it was an animated film. Hey there, are you okay? Oh.
There's no need for that. Mr. Bunny will protect me. When bad demons appear, all I need to do is hold Mr. Bunny like this, and all the pain will go away. The demon shall tremble with fear.
Seriously, what a creepy kid.
I know, right?
He might just be lost or something, but we'll never know until the script tells us what he's doing here.
Anyway, how long is our protagonist going to idle about here? Oh, here we go. She stared at the clock near the front desk with a frown on her face. Could it be that she was late to work? Walking a bit faster than before, our protagonist headed to the elevator, finishing her coffee and throwing it away before pressing the button to the 66th floor. 1 more 6 and we'd be in trouble. Yeah, because the building would be so tall it wouldn't be able to support its own foundations. Also, I like how our character has a varsity jacket, or one of those Leatherman jackets. Those jackets from 1980s high school films. As our hero headed into the elevator, ready for battle, she was followed by 2 individuals. The creepy kid from earlier, who, for some reason, followed our protagonist silently like the little creep he is. And the equally the cheerful woman that completely ignored our protagonist before.
What kind of ragtag adventurers are these? Would they be able to defeat the dragon guarding its lair? Can they fulfill their destiny? And, pause for a second, a few party members are coming over. Shouting from afar was a troublesome-looking lady who looked like she took the wrong bus to the beach.
Hey, hold the elevator!
She alongside another stranger, stepped in.
I can tell already that I'm going to like her character. Also, who's this detective-looking guy?
The man cosplaying as a detective felt out of place among the group, almost as if he was supposed to be attending a comic book convention instead.
Thanks for holding it.
Oh, it's quite crowded in here.
Now, what shall our merry band of misfits do to save Excalibur? Yes, the legendary sword of King... what? But I was just trying to... Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
The font sizing is wild. I agree in that is too small. That is the limits of me. Any smaller and it might as well be invisible ink.
The elevator closed its doors with 5 people inside. As it started its slow ascent, no one said a word. No one pressed any button. It seemed as if everyone was heading to the same floor as our protagonist. Is this lazy writing, or an actually important plot point?
We'll find out. A sudden shaking cut the background music and brought the elevator to a halt. Cut the music, I said. It looks like we're having some technical issues on this side. Excuse me for a moment. What the heck is Jackson doing? Fell asleep? Relatable. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries. Need to go downstairs to fix the issue. Please stay where you are so we can resume the story from where we left it. Also, at the risk of going on another tangent, this is also reminding me of, there was a play I saw called, it was in London, but it was a play called Peter Pan Goes Wrong. They posted a live recording of it online somewhere, and I watched it, and it was amazing because the premise was that it's the play Peter Pan, but everything that could have gone wrong went wrong during that play. Like, the lights were glitching out, actors were forgetting their lines. One actor was replacing the character Michael, and he was just replaced last minute, so he had a set of giant headphones feeding him the lines. And the set catches fire at one point. Something crashes through the set pieces. Some of the actors almost got injured. Like, it's all supposed to go wrong, but some of it looks legit. Like, there's this scene where they're in the bunk beds in Wendy's room, and the bunk bed collapses with them inside it, and it's hilarious. Joe, you've seen it as well. Yeah, Peter Pan Goes Wrong is hilarious. People are tripping over stuff. It was amazing. The level of chaotic energy in that play is fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Coda, it's on YouTube somewhere. I'll have to find it again, but remind me after this, and I'll find where I saw it, because I'm sure I saw it on YouTube somewhere. Hopefully it's still up there. I believe it was by the BBC. Please stay where you are so we can resume the story from where we left it.
Excuse me, please don't do that.
Excuse me, could you not press those buttons erratically? You might be making the problem worse than it already is. Miss, it's the emergency button. The only thing that it'll do is get someone who can tell us what the heck's going on. Totally, and like, get them to stop this super irritating music, like yesterday.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Don't worry, Mr. Bunny says we're all okay, so long as we do as he says.
Huh?
I'm sorry? Yes, Mr. Bunny will be the one to save us all.
One bunny to save us all.
Ew. Ew.
Nerdy and super creepy? Can someone, like, keep that little monster away from me? How is he nerdy? That was one mainstream Star Wars reference. Come on.
Unacceptable.
Shame on you for bullying a sweet child. I'm sure Mr. Bunny will help us, won't we? Won't he? Be sure to thank him for us.
Mr. Bunny says I shouldn't speak to strangers, and he doesn't like you.
That's fine, that's fine. I thought we could be friends, though. No phone reception either. Guess we're stuck together till this thing decides to move again, or the lazy people down on the other side of the emergency line get back to their station. If you don't mind... Sure, go ahead.
No. Sir, absolutely not. It is your prerogative if you want cancer to take you to the great beyond. But leave us be.
Oh, is he trying to smoke in the elevator? No, that's a terrible idea. Like, the smoke would get... Like, it would be trapped inside it, because you're in a box, basically. That's a terrible idea. A wheeze of tobacco won't be the reason you kick the bucket man.
The old man has a point. I mean, have you, looked at yourself in the mirror? If your, fashion sense hasn't killed you until now, I don't think anything will.
Rude. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh man, day just got longer than it needs to be.
Everyone, please calm down.
Mrs., please stop fighting. I'm sure the elevator will start running any moment now.
Maybe we could chat for a bit so time goes by faster? No complaints, right? So...
I'll go first. Let's pick Olivia for today. I'm Olivia, but people just call me Ollie. Feel free to do the same.
Mary, a pleasure to meet you all.
Hugh, at your service.
Duh.
Yes, old man, do tell us what your job is, 'cause, one glance at you and we can totally not tell what you do for a living, right?
He's a cosplayer.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at that. Horror Boy here has a sense of humor.
I'm not Horror Boy, miss. I have a name, and it's Jack.
Ing says all detectives dress the same, didn't you know? Yes. I like how in Dirk Gently they make fun of that, where someone comments on the way Dirk dresses and says, you don't look anything like a detective, and then he says, well, if I dress like a detective, then you wouldn't know that I was a detective, and that would make it harder for me to go undetected. I'm not Horror Boy, miss. I have a name, and it's Jack.
And this is Mr. Bunny.
How nice.
A pleasure to meet you, little Jack. Ooh, the lights are going out.
Excuse me.
And what might your name be, miss? Or maybe we can use that nickname instead. Too bad there's a child...
Bitch.
Oh,
That's what Mummy calls Daddy when they're mad. My sweet child, what kind of twisted family do you come from?
Oh my god.
His family, totally matches his personality.
I'm Anita, just in case you're wondering. Huh?
And you, Mr. Detective, are you, like, after a mass murderer or two? Sorry to disappoint, but my current field of work is tax evasion. Just as gory, if you ask me, except the blood tends to be green.
How nice.
Make sure to put them all behind bars, Mr. Hugh. Us honest people slave away every single day of our lives to survive while those scumbags get rich at our expense. Serves them right. Excuse me, miss, but do I know you from somewhere?
Oh my god, like, seriously?
Like, we're trapped in the elevator and the first thing you do is start flirting. Ew. For God's sake, shut your trap, Blondie. I wasn't flirting with anyone. I think I might have an inkling why you feel you know me, Mr. Hugh. I was recently on TV due to an unfortunate event. Well, unfortunate only means the media turned it into a scandal. Intentionally, I must add. JP, hi! How are you? This looks like something out of... Yes. In a good way. Oh, I think I saw that. Our cult recently bought a very expensive building and wasted a lot of money refurbishing it and upgrading its security.
Unacceptable.
I'm glad you're doing well, JP. I'm doing well too. That is the right news, but is that what they're calling us? A cult? That's preposterous. Besides, the information is only half correct. We did buy a rather expensive building in the town center, but it was for security reasons. Did you know that my brothers and sisters in faith are being slaughtered by some group of fanatics? Every month I have to attend or lead a rite of passage to help guide their souls to the great beyond. We never force our beliefs on others, so why can't they just let us be?
Ew. Ew.
Oh my god, you're like totally a cult member, like you. As I said, we are not a cult. We are a group that provides a sanctuary of peace and happiness to our members.
That's like totally what a cultist would say.
I like her voice. As I said...
Excuse me.
Miss Mary, about your group's building, didn't you end up using a large sum of money? We did, but we didn't steal it from anyone. We have a tithe, which our followers are more than willing to pay.
Is it such a sin to use that money for the betterment of our community?
I see.
Now that you mention it, you're probably right. I do remember seeing you. Mr. Hugh, please tell me that running into you on this elevator was just a mere happenstance. Relax, you're not under investigation, not by me at least.
But if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear, right?
You are very correct.
Oh my god.
The lights flashing from time to time, it's more unsettling because they don't mention it in the narration. That somehow makes it worse. So we have a policeman, a cultist, and preschooler that totally looks like the devil's child. I'm like sort of curious about your background, Ollie. Thank you.
Ugh.
That's not a compliment, shorty. Well, in my case, I'm, sorry to interrupt the conversation, but there's a small note on the script saying that I need to break immersion and explain an incoming game mechanic. What? And since the boss isn't here, this is going to be one of those boring tutorials. Bear with me, please. I'm gonna save. Because Streamlabs lately, for some reason, has been iffy with hotspots with Renpai games. So if it glitches out, please bear with me as well. From now on, during certain moments in the story, you will be forced to make a choice. You just need to press one of these rectangles to select how our protagonist will reply or complete her previous sentence. It says here that your choices shape the flow of the story. I'm going to hazard a guess that they don't, and every choice matters. Too bad the writers forgot that you can save and reload your game at any point in time and pick another choice. Yeah, they're just that smart. Also, notice that there's a bar at the bottom of the screen. Well, that's the timer. The bar will decrease as time goes by. When it's completely empty, I'll just make a choice for you. Ah, so it's like Telltale where it's timed. Why is it here? No idea, but if it means that I can leave work earlier or on time, then I'm all for it. Well, best of luck. I'll go with musician. A percussionist, to be precise. I also play the piano, self-taught and not particularly good at it. But hey, can't complain. Got me a few gigs here and there.
Huh?
What the heck is a percussionist? You know, the guys that are usually in the background of an orchestra playing the most uncommon instruments. Gongs, cymbals, xylophones, bells, rattles, you name it. Willow says, highlighting this message for no reason. Like, I've never been to an orchestra before.
How nice.
And that does not surprise me at all. You sound like a very talented individual, Ollie.
Duh.
Yeah, and your job, matches your presence in the room so well. Rude. I get the feeling you're insulting me.
Totally.
But...
Hey, I'll have you know that drummers are also percussionists. I bet you know and admire those.
Duh.
Maybe, but you, totally don't look like one. Am I right, or am I right?
Ouch.
Touche, you got me there. And what's a musician doing in a building like this, if you don't mind me asking, that is? Is any company throwing a concert, or the like? I wish, but no, I'm just one of those musicians who has to work a side gig, forever stuck in the underpaid intern position.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi, John. Thank you for the subscription. That gif was of Bartleby from True in the Rainbow Kingdom.
Totally.
You should totally become a hot, rich drummer and, play in one of those super fabulous, famous bands. If only it was that easy. And you, Anita, what do you do with your life other than annoying people?
I'm rich. My job's the best. I just have to waste my daddy's fortune, which I'm super good at, I'll have you know.
I see.
And what's a rich lady like you doing in an office building?
Duh.
On business, same as you, only mine involves a hair salon and some nails. JP's reaction. Okay. Figures.
Oh my god.
Finally. I thought it was kind of nice.
Mr. Bunny is scared. Something horrible is going to happen.
Ugh.
What a nut job.
No nonsense. Everything's going to be okay. Mr. Hughes, get your finger on that button and do not remove it until someone replies back.
Yes, ma'am. Can someone, shut the kid up? I'm not getting close to that.
Ah!
What's going on?
Gee, the reverb on that. Ooh. And I'm back, folks. Sorry to keep you wait. Hey, who turned off the lights? Don't tell me. Jackson? That was the wrong button. Does your stupidity have no limits? Ing says this is so much before noon. Sorry about making your morning like this. What? You're saying this thing doesn't stop when I'm out? How come no one warned me about that? Without warning, the elevator plunged down, forcing the people inside it to hold on for dear life. Dang it, Jackson, you had one job. Screams of terror accompanied the shrieking of metal against metal as the elevator continued its abrupt descent. But elevators have a mechanism to stop it from falling several stories. Like, it has a gear where if the cables break, it will grind to a halt within one story. No one knew what sorts of things could happen in this foreboding darkness. I mean, I'm holding the script, but it's not like I have night vision or anything. The wires are chopped. After what seemed like a lifetime, the large contraption came to a halt. But what was that explosive sound from earlier? It says here that it's... Oh, I have to turn on the lights first? Give me a while to... That's better. Let's see what we have. When the lights turned back on, our protagonist looked down and saw... I must have read the wrong part. She saw Mary's blood in a puddle of,
So, no one told me that this was going to be a murder mystery. I'm a bit squeamish about these things. Right in the middle of Mary's forehead was a small hole the size of a bullet. It must have gone straight through the back of her head, since the others could see parts of her brain.
Hi, Dr. Quinn. How are you today? Okay, so it's a murder mystery. That explains the loud bang at the beginning.
Oh, how nasty. Do I really need to describe it any further than that? You know what? I'll just skip this part and we'll all be happier because I've decided to spare you from the gory details.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is she dead? Like, dead?
This is a locked room mystery.
I'm glad you're doing good, Quinn. So am I. This is a locked room mystery.
But...
She died, but how? A deadly crime committed in the brief moment when the elevator lights died? No one could predict that something like this would happen. Even the child. There's a child? A child? They told me to keep this PG-13. So, our protagonist, yes, Ollie, worried about the child's innocence. Miss Ollie, I can't see anything. She had covered the child's eyes. Genius. Give me a raise. Forget I said that. Moving on.
Mr. Bunny tells me to tell you that you forgot to close his eyes. He's telling me that Miss Mary is dead.
Oh. Although Ollie removed her hands from Jack's eyes, she continued to shield his view away from the corpse on the floor. It ended up a futile attempt because of the oddly sentient doll, but at least she tried. Good for you, Ollie.
Oh my god. Like, seriously?
Is this, happening right now? I have things to do, and you're all bothering me, and I, totally can't be bothered right now.
Hey!
What could be more important than a dead body right beneath our feet?
Huh?
Chipped nails? What the heck? Sorry, got carried away.
Oh my god. Like, seriously?
Do you know how long it takes to get my hair done? This is like the worst day ever.
Can you shut up for a while? Clearly someone had planned this to happen. Someone aimed for Mary's death. And they finally got what they wanted.
The man whose clothes would always look like a cheap costume despite how much he says otherwise, crouched down next to the body.
Ew. Ew.
Doesn't take a genius to know that she got shot, and can someone, get that thing away from me?
You may be right, but you forgot one important thing.
Even as Anita shifted as far away as possible from the growing pool of blood, she couldn't help but listen to Hugh's words. There was something about him that made her stay quiet. What could it be?
No matter how well the culprit thinks they've hidden the truth, there will always be a trace of it left behind. The more they try to hide it, the more obvious it'll become.
Yep. Probably secondhand embarrassment. It turned out to be quite useful for Hugh, though. No one disturbed him as he observed every part of the corpse, searching for that hidden clue that could explain Mary's untimely death. And the conclusion he obtained was...
It was an instant death. One shot in the head with the gun in her hand.
But didn't you say that there's supposed to be a hidden truth?
Sometimes, the truth is so blatantly displayed in front of us that we can't help but think of it as a lie.
Is there supposed to be another part here? Oh, ignored the ham? Alright then. Ollie pressed the call for help button a few times. As expected, there was still no one on the other end. There is only one true... Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I have 3 salon appointments I have to go to, and I'm totally late to all of them. Why 3? Why not just do all of them in one? Hey, are you And my phone's not even working. Seriously, I paid $5,000 for this thing. After successfully tuning out the costume man's cheesy lines, everyone began to realize that they were really trapped in a very small metal box suspended in midair with a dead body in their midst.
Mr. Bunny says the devil did it.
Codis's hair, fingers, and toes, Katie. Wouldn't she put socks over... anyway, in this tense situation, the child said, "Wait, what?"
Impossible. Mary's death was caused by a gunshot wound to her head. A crime that would have been committed by human hands. The devil doesn't exist.
It's like that totally real movie I watched a long time ago with my boyfriend. Except that he's not my boyfriend anymore. I don't know why I went out with that weirdo in the first place.
Hey!
That's movies fiction.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Mr. Bunny says the devil from the movie is a different devil, but you get the point. I apologize on behalf of the script for the interrupted statements, as it refuses to acknowledge any other reason for this death but the devil. Really, they could have told me earlier that we're going down the occult movie route. What's that, Mr. Bunny? You want to meet the devil?
Huh?
Don't you dare.
Ooh.
But I don't know how to summon him. Huh? You do? Willow says sounds like a knockoff nursery rhyme. Well, I read in the itch.io description that this is influenced or inspired by a film directed by M. Night Shyamalan, which involves a similar premise. So I guess it's perhaps referencing that film, but just not by name. Can someone shut him up before he does something that can kill us all? But he's just a kid. I'm sure he's just playing around. Indeed, it seems like a mere child's play to me. And as I said, the devil doesn't exist. Oh, would you look at those pretty patterns on the floor? A bit ruined by the blood, but they're still quite nice to look at. Okay, Mr. Bunny, let's call the devil here. See, nothing to worry about. He's just... The text is glitching out. What is this? Jackson, I'm not the only one hearing this, am I? This little... What the heck is the noise? I can hear it echoing in my head. Abort, abort. Where's the reset button when you need one? What? I can't stop this from happening?
Phooey.
The devil is busy right now, and I would say that it's a bust. Oh gosh, that was a close one. Let's just go back to the normal script and pretend like that never happened, alright?
Hey!
Listen to me, the murderer has to be around because the murder weapon is right here. They shot Mary and planted the gun in her hands.
Ugh.
That sounds totally dumb. What kind of killer, puts back the murder weapon in the victim's hands? A killer who would frame it as a suicide.
Huh?
It's not like Mary wanted to, kill herself. She's totally not the type to do that. And how would you know? You've known her for less than an hour.
Oh my god, seriously?
That's totally not true. I'm, the easiest person to get along with. That's not... this is going nowhere. The two continued to bicker like an old couple if they had plans to kill their spouse to get the insurance money.
Everyone, please calm down.
Stop fighting, please. We need to do something about this. Alright. First of all, there can only be one cause of death. Everyone said their piece already, except... Ollie, what do you think?
But of course.
Could be a murder. Heh, I knew it all along.
That's what Mr. Bunny
The
said.
way he popped out. Mr. Bunny says that the devil killed Miss Mary.
Hey!
You're still saying that, kiddo? The devil doesn't exist. It's more likely that someone in this elevator committed the crime.
But...
But the gun is in Mary's hand. How are we supposed to know who the culprit is? Well, after they leave the elevator, can't they... If they have the weapon, can't they go through forensics to track it? To find out who owned it and go through the paper trail sort of thing?
Elementary, my dear Watson.
My name isn't... Never mind. By analyzing the fingerprints left on the gun and cross-checking it with fingerprints of everyone here, that would be the best course of action.
With bated breaths, the others waited for the man to continue. Will this be the end of the closed room murder mystery? Although we haven't even reached half of the script yet? Will I finally get to leave early today?
If I had a fingerprint to kit...
Nope. Sounds like another day of overtime.
Oh wow, aren't you totally useless?
Hey!
Seems to me that you're the more useless one, lady.
Whatever. What do you even do for a living? Pretend to be a detective while other people do the work for you?
I'm not of course I do my own work.
Oh my god. Seriously?
Huh? Are you, hiding your real job right now? No. Hey, Ollie, what do you think is his actual job? No, I'm gonna say he is a detective. That's impossible. Oh, I get it. So you're a detective or something.
Hey!
I just said that it's impossible.
Duh.
Yeah, but you're totally being suspicious about it, and you were touching that body, which is totally you, by the way, and talking like a detective.
Hey!
I don't talk like a detective, and I've picked up some skills here and there from reading articles and other related materials. 'Cause, Miss Ollie, Mr. Bunny says that all adults are liars.
You bitch.
I heard that, and I am, like, the most honest person I know.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Mr. Bunny says you're lying. I don't know, she's pretty brutally honest so far. Isn't that right, Mr. Bunny?
Oh my god, like, seriously?
Are you sure the devil, like, doesn't exist?
Oh my god.
The devil's child. And so the child continued to sing. And sing. Can something happen before I lose my sanity here? Oh, guess what? The demo ends here. Isn't that awesome? I'll get to go home early. Hooray! Wait, really? Nothing else to see here for now, folks. Run along now. Anyone free for karaoke? Or maybe just more drinks? I'll need a lot tonight. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Wait, really? I thought I was gonna pull a bait and switch. Well, that's the demo for Hellevator. That was so sudden, I did not expect it to end like that. Wait, let me... What happens if I switch narrators? I'll switch to In Need of a Vacation Narrator. JP says, I don't even know what to say. I'm right there with you. Maybe it's like Redacted Life, where you press play again and it's like a totally different thing. We'll try that. Also, I've switched the narrator settings, so maybe something will change because of that.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries.
Hey, it's Devere! It's Mike Young. He's the voice actor in my visual novel Dear Devere.
Today, I would like to tell you a story. A story about our young protagonist who will be put on one hell of a roller coaster ride. A roller coaster ride of emotional distress, if I may say so myself. Now, shall we begin? Once upon a time, there was a building. And in that building, there was an elevator. And in that elevator, there was... no one. No one? Please excuse me for a moment. Did they give me the wrong script? Here we go. And in that elevator, there was our protagonist, who intended to go to the highest floor of the building to do something that this script does not seem to specify in detail. Who the hell wrote this? Sorry, I'm allowed to add a bit more detail to it. Yeah, you know, spice it up a bit. Yeah, so it doesn't look like someone completed the script in 15 minutes. I'll take that silence as a yes. Once upon a time, on a very fine morning, a rather mundane main character was getting ready for work. What gender is the protagonist supposed to be?
We'll try the other voice this time.
Maybe we could...
Looks like it's been decided. It's a boy, folks. As he woke up and got himself ready for work, he looked at his reflection in the mirror and said, "It would be nice if my life was, at the very least, fun for the day." At least, I assume that's what he's thinking about. I can't read minds, you know. Little did he know that his life would be turned upside down today. Oh, I'm so excited to see what's in store. Our protagonist changed into his work outfit and drove away to his workplace, passing through the numerous streets until he finally reached the large building that he works in. Okay, so I think that this is continuing with the same narration as the last playthrough. You could probably skip the red text. I think I'll do that then. Hang on. I'll save again, just in case. So I'll skip just the scene text. Oh wait, the problem is I can't tell.
There's no...
Hang on. The problem is I want to hear the narration from the new voice acting. So it might be the same lines that we've read, which means it'll skip over it.
That doesn't seem right.
Coda says I want to hear the third
Yeah,
narrator.
I'll skip the next part.
I'll try the third narrator after this.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you looking for something?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine.
Well, I work here and I saw you waiting, so I figured I'd...
So I'll skip the stuff that we've seen already, except the voices we haven't heard yet.
Sorry to cut this conversation.
Narration is hard work. Our protagonist approached the child holding a stuffed toy rabbit in his hands. Oh god, that's a creepy looking toy. Ooh, and a creepy looking kid.
Hey there, are you okay? Do you know where your mom and dad are? I can take you to the receptionist if you've lost them so you can call them back.
There's no need for that. Mr. Bunny will protect me. When bad demons appear, the demon...
Seriously, what a creepy kid. I mean, he might just be lost or something, but we'll never know until this script tells us what he's doing here.
A thing I also wonder about the full version of this game is how much of it will be us trying to solve the mystery. Like, will it be a fair play mystery where we can solve it as it's going on? Or is it so supernatural that there's no way we can predict or guess? Because
what kind of ragtag adventurers are these? Would they be able to defeat the dragon guarding its lair? Can they fulfill their destiny? And... oh, pause for a second. A few party members are coming over. Shouting from afar was a troublesome-looking lady who looked like she took the wrong bus to the beach.
Coda says it didn't feel like much was planted in this one. I agree. I have a feeling that it won't be a fair play mystery when the full game comes out, but I wish I had more information on how they're going to handle the mystery so I can prepare. Because sometimes it can be confusing or frustrating if you're looking at a mystery story and you assume that you're in a particular subgenre of mystery, but you actually guess wrong, and it's not a fair play. It's that, or instead of that, it's actually fair play, and vice versa.
Hey, hold the elevator!
But I do like mystery visual novels in general.
She, along with another stranger, stepped in. The man cosplaying as a detective felt out of place among the group, almost as if he was supposed to be attending a comic book convention instead.
Thanks for holding it.
Now, what shall our merry band of misfits do to save Excalibur? Yes, the legendary sword of the king. What? But I was trying... Yes, sir. Oh, okay, sir. The elevator closed its doors with 5 people inside. As it started its slow descent, no one said a word. No one pressed any button. It seemed as if everyone was heading to the same floor as our protagonist.
Also, I want to know, why were they all trying to get to the top floor of the building? Why were they all trying to get to the penthouse? What's up there?
Is this lazy writing, or is it actually a plot point?
Excuse me.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Huh?
Coda says they're all trying to get to the salon.
One bunny.
Ew. Ew.
Unacceptable.
Mr. Bunny.
This salon better be worth it. Like, the hype better live up to expectations.
Everyone, please. Maybe we could...
Whoops.
Everyone, please, calm down.
No salon
Maybe
is
we
worth this.
could chat for a bit so time goes by faster? No complaints, right? So...
Hugh.
Duh.
He's a cosplay.
Oh my.
I'm not. And this is Mr.
How nice. Excuse me.
Bitch.
Oh,
Oh my god. I'm Anita, you know. Like, just in case you're wondering. Huh?
Oh, sorry, Coda. I pressed William before seeing Elliot. You're right, Elliot is in Stardew Valley.
How nice.
Oh my god. Like,
I need to replay Stardew Valley to try out the different relationship routes. The first one I did was Harvey.
Unacceptable.
And then I found out later Shane was made a romance option.
ew. Like, That's like
Excuse me.
Is it such a sin to use...
But if you...
Oh my god. Ugh.
We'll try Astronomer this time.
How nice.
Ew.
Oh, that means we get
How
new
nice.
dialogue. Ah, what a wonderful job to gaze at the infinity of space and observe its wonders. To think that at any point we could run into the great maker and finally learn his designs. JP says, okay, so this is just going to get weirder, isn't it? Basically, like, you came in at the near end of to the end of the visual novel.
Ew. Like, ew.
It escalates. Like, the only thing we're bound to run into is, like, green people. Or, like, totally nasty and super gross creatures. I say let them keep their designs. Esoterrorism must mean nothing to you. Exoterrorism must mean nothing to you.
Huh?
Exotourism? Is that like a new kind of tourism or something?
Oh,
O Master in the heavens above, please forgive her foolishness. She is but a simple and poor human soul.
Space is really pretty. It's like the emptiness of our society, families, and hearts.
Cho says the bunny doesn't like the smiling lady because she's connected with the heavens, probably. That's a good... Yeah, that's a good observation, Cho. I didn't think of that, but that sounds right.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Like, the bunny wouldn't really be on good terms with anyone who's heaven aligned. He also says that stars are the eyes of astral monsters watching us from far away, waiting to eat the whole planet in a single munch. The conversation sure took a turn for the depressing, after derailing into space horror.
Excuse me.
And this is the moment I've been waiting for, to reveal that I'm not really an astronomer. I'm just an unemployed individual who spends most of his time with his head in the clouds.
Nice one, kid.
such a horrible thing to do.
Another poor soul. Kind of funny. I hope you, do better next time. Tough crowd. What about you, Anita? Are you a comedian yourself?
I'm rich. My job's the best. I just have to waste my daddy's fortune, which I'm super good at, I'll have you know.
I see.
Duh. Oh my god.
Mr. Bunny is scared. Something.
Ugh.
No nonsense.
What's going on?
Oh, wait.
The elevator shook violently. The horrible sound of metal grinding against metal felt like the screams of hell itself, or the one my mother would let out if she saw the state of my bedroom.
Not like there's anything to fear, right? Although it reminds me of getting lost in the dark. The narration's different now.
Sweet Brahmi.
Please let us escape this hell.
Ugh.
Oh, shut your yapping. You're just, wasting your voice. And we already have a nut job, so we totally don't need another one. This is, so lame. Are you serious?
Oh, man.
For the love of...
Everyone, please, calm down.
But of course.
Billy is right. We do have to remain calm. If we don't, I can see this elevator turning into a bloodbath.
Oh my god.
The alpha male is trying to save the day? How inspirational. Won't you, save the harmless lady too? Save this harmless lady too?
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Don't worry, Miss Mary. Mr. Bunny will protect you.
Ugh.
For the love of
How nice.
him, he will protect us. All we have to do is pray to his blessed hands to hold us and guide us out of this perilous situation. The dialogue is different too here. Coda when Katie voices Anita. This is getting us nowhere. Our shining heroes continue to bicker. Will their voices become the secret power that will slay the evil dragon and return the light to the world?
Everyone, please, calm down.
He was right. We need to work together. Otherwise, we might not see the light of day. The light of what? The light of day. It means to escape this awful situation. Also, this time the bunny said that he would protect Mary.
Oh.
So is she going to die in this timeline? Okay, Mr. Bunny and I shall listen to you. For now.
Thanks.
Back to the situation. We need to figure out how this elevator ended up stuck in the first place. That's, like, actually a good point. Billy, does any good reason, like, come to mind? Let me think. And we didn't make that choice last time, so there's changes now. I think someone, maybe the security guards, meddled with the wires.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Mr. Bunny wants to give you a little... Mr. Bunny wants to give you the title of Captain Dum-Dum.
But...
I'm not Captain Dum-Dum.
Totally.
Captain Dum-Dum? Captain Dum-Dum? Oh, that's kind of, like, suits him. Rude. Billy is a dum-dum.
Huh?
Oh, never mind. Look at the bright side, people. That option is too stupid to be true. It's almost as if someone wants us to be locked up in here. That's the feeling I'm getting now. Then at least we can take it off the list. This is like going nowhere. Sorry. They continued to work together, but to no avail. Their brains were completely fried from all the thinking that they did. Wait a minute, that's not right. Anyway, they have to think of a way to keep themselves sane. At least I have to. I don't think I can keep going like this. Nothing's happening. Jackson, could you pass me the beer? Well, no point dragging this then. I'll just end the demo here. Maybe next version will make something interesting for a change. Yes, Jackson, I still want that beer. Wait. The murder didn't happen that time. What is going on? Is it different every time we play it, or is it different every time we switch narrators? Yeah, they did. They changed the end of the demo. So when the kid said, when Jack said, Mr. Bunny will protect Mary, he did, kind of? This is odd. Coda says, do the third narrator. I will. It's very ominous, though. It says, the narrator you don't want to mess with. Dr. Quinn makes a good point. Different people tell different stories after all. That's the premise of a Rashomon-style story, where the same events are told, but from the point of view of, like, a story being told 4 different times. It's a kind of Japanese film direction, where the framing device is 4 different characters who are really different tell the same story about what happened, but because they're so different as characters, the POV changes who the main character is, what to focus on, and who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. And it's interesting to me because it shows just how much personality is in the narrator and the point of view, like what the camera is focusing on. So that serves as a plot point for the writers to change the events of each story. Yes, exactly, Dr. Quinn. We'll try one more time.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries. Today, I would like to tell you a story about our young protagonist, who will be put in one hell of a roller coaster ride. A roller coaster ride of emotional distress, if I may say so myself. Now, shall we begin? Once upon a time, there was a building, and in that building, there was an elevator. And in that elevator, there was no one? Please excuse me for a moment. Did they just give me the wrong script? Shouldn't it be, And in that elevator, there was our protagonist, who intended to do something that this script does not seem to specify in detail.
This seems like the same narration as our first playthrough, so I'm going to see what changes this time.
Who the hell wrote this? Sorry, am I allowed to add a bit more detail to it? You know, spice things up a bit? So it doesn't look like someone completed the script in 15 minutes? I'll take that silence as a yes.
She's got more attitude in this read, though. Yeah, exactly, Ing. Her reads are more annoyed.
Once upon a time, on a very fine morning, a rather mundane main character was getting ready for work. He, she, what gender is our protagonist supposed to be?
We'll try this sprite, and we'll go back to the
Maybe
first
we
voice.
could.
It looks like it's been decided. It's a girl, folks. It would be nice if my life was at the very least fun for the day. Okay, so this seems to be what happened in the beginning.
Our hero bravely... Wait. Am I telling the story correctly? Is this supposed to be an action thriller sort of thing? Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Never mind, I'll skip to the next part.
Wait, what is... Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh no.
Well, I work here.
Sorry to cut.
Narration is...
Oh, that was me.
Narration is hard work.
Given the time, I shall take my leave for the evening. Farewell all, and until we meet again. Farewell for now, Dr. Quinn. Have a good evening.
Our protagonist approached the child holding a stuffed toy rabbit in his hands. Oh god, that's a creepy looking toy. Ooh, and a creepy looking kid.
Hey there, are you okay?
There's no need for that. When bad demons appear, the demon...
Seriously, what a creepy kid. He might just be lost or something, but we'll never know until the script tells us what he's doing here.
Okay, so things seem to be...
What kind of ragtag adventurers are these? Would they be able to defeat the dragon guarding its lair? Can they fulfill their destiny? And, pause for a second, a few party members are coming over. Shouting from afar was a troublesome-looking lady who looked like she took the wrong bus to the beach.
Hey, hold the elevator!
She, alongside another stranger, stepped in. The man, cosplaying as a detective, felt out of place among the group, almost as if he was supposed to be attending a comic book convention instead.
Thanks for holding it.
Now, what shall our merry band of misfits do to save Excalibur? Yes, the legendary sword of King... What? Oh, but I was just trying to... yes, sir. Okay, sir. The elevator closed its doors, with 5 people inside. As it started its slow ascent, no one said a word. No one pressed any button. It seemed as if everyone was heading to the same floor as our protagonist. Is this lazy writing, or an actually important plot point?
Excuse me.
Okay,
Please don't do that.
I'm gonna try pressing the skip button to see if there's any new text.
Mary,
A zoologist. Well, at least on paper. In reality, I'm more of an animal caretaker. Zoo says it will give me experience and still let me interact with animals and study their behavior, yada yada yada. But we all know that's rubbish. Rubbish. It's just an excuse to pay a lower salary and still keep an overqualified worker, if you ask me. Oh, does that mean you take care of bunnies? I could, but right now I'm in the elephant's cage. Quite the docile animal for such a big body.
Ooh.
What about crocodiles, or tarantulas, or vultures? No, I haven't worked or studied with any of those before.
Phooey.
What's a zoologist doing around here?
Oh my god.
Whoa there, partner. Better put your hands up in the air, like before the detective shoots at you. Sorry, that might have come out wrong. Innocent question, just curious. Feel free to keep it to yourself. No, it's not a problem. Someone on floor 66 has some kind of rare fish. It has a disease of sorts, and there's no veterinarian around to fix the issue, so... Okay, so if our protagonist isn't lying, we're getting scraps of more information. Bye, Naya. Have fun. Long story short, the zoo offered to cure it and nurse it back to health in exchange for a hefty donation. But hey, I'm just the schmuck that got the short end of the stick. Probably can add courier to my resume when they fire me. And that's pretty much it. What about you, Anita? What do you do for a living?
I'm rich. My job's like the best. I just have to waste...
Oh wait, what was the previous choice? Oh no. How can me and Mr. Bunny have done it? Oh, this was the question about, how did the elevator break? Can I go back and press email? No, I can't. We're right here, Ellie. Good point.
Oh my god, like, seriously?
Wow, you sure are dumb. Can't you, like, be smarter than this?
Oh!
No words can describe this pain. Why don't we sit in a circle and pray? Let His Holy Spirit guide us all. Do you think that'll work? You non-believers do not understand. The miracles He has performed, the joy that He brought to us, His followers. With every new wonder that He reveals to us, our hearts cannot help but rejoice.
Huh?
Are you sure your God isn't like some insta-celeb or something?
Unacceptable!
How dare you compare him to those vain mortals? Alright, enough pointless distractions, back to the situation at hand. Okay, see if there's... no! We got to the end again. It just ends. How come there was a murder the first time, and then the murders don't happen the second or third time? Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna try one more time, see...
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries.
Nacho Lime says, I am confusion. I agree. Coda says choices matter. So it might be the different choices that we're picking or somehow, but the choices seem very unrelated. So I feel like the choices may matter, but there isn't a way to guess or foreshadow what questions will lead to what. Like, it's not a simple cause and effect, like if you're mean to this person won't like you sort of thing. It's much more seemingly random or esoteric. Like, would our name be one of them, or is that just aesthetic? Also, copywriter was different. This was a different choice before. It was something else like editor. Miss Charlie, my teacher always says we shouldn't copy stuff from others. Why are you getting paid to do that? I don't copy stuff. Well, I do sometimes, but I make sure to ask for permission first. Anyway, what I do is write the stories or ideas you see on flyers, billboards, commercials, and websites. Know those pesky windows that pop up when you're on the internet? Can't, like, browse 2 dresses without seeing a stupid ad asking me if I want to buy diapers. Like, excuse me? If I was a mother, do you think I'd be looking at these?
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I don't use the internet, and Mr. Bunny only browses the dark web. I see.
Excuse me. Please don't do that.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but why do you see such predatory techniques to prey on people's instincts and manipulate them? Predatory techniques. Whatever answer I give you, I'm sure you won't like it. We have a message to convey and a set of effective tools to do it, and that's it. If it's not me, someone else will, and I need to survive just as much as the next person.
Mr. Bunny is proud!
That's enough about me. Being trapped inside this elevator is already bad. No need to make it worse. Anita, your turn. What do you do other... Okay, so we're back to...
I'm rich. My job's like... Duh.
Like, you don't have any of that, unfortunately.
Huh?
What did you say?
Hey.
Hey, let's not start another war here.
Sweet Brahmi.
All we have to do is to pray to his blessed hands, to hold us and to guide us out of this perilous situation. Me and Mr. Bunny agree as well. Be nice, Miss Anita. And you too, Miss Charlie. Fair enough. So what do we do now? Give me a moment to think. Again, it just ends. It's weird, the cheery narrator was the one that had the murder in it. Like, is it random where...
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary.
Is it random where you can get different characters murdered? Can our character get murdered?
Hugh.
Duh.
See, this is changed to billing clerk now. Human resources employee. I don't exactly know the technical name for my job, but I'm in charge of screening and recruiting people for other companies. My life is basically a sea of CVs and then interviews and then meetings. Rinse and repeat until you find the perfect candidate for the job.
Excuse me.
How many times do you have to repeat the process? Far too many. More times than I'd like, that's for sure. You can't imagine the stuff people write and say about themselves. It's mad.
Unacceptable.
Language. Sorry. Can you tell me, like, how people are just by the... Can you tell, like, how people are just by their pick? Well, unless you're a model... Mary's our prime minister, Jack's a wizard, Hugh's a drug dealer. I'm afraid I can't.
Hey!
That's just an example. Don't take it personally. But you're right? Please, if you want to say that I'm smoking hot, just say it. Like, no need to beat around the bush. Ahem. And what does Miss Model here do?
I'm rich. My job's like the...
Ahem, it seems like the whole elevator is pitch black. Panic voices could be heard in the darkness, some crying for help, others praying for a miracle. Now I tried to skip here and it stopped, so this is new narration.
Brahmi.
Oh, shut your yapping, you're like wasting your voice. And we already have a nut job, so we totally don't need another one. Yeah, it's not letting me skip. This is like so lame. Like, are you serious? For the love of... And there he goes again. It almost sounds like a broken record at this point.
The horror! The doom! How can we ever escape this? Why have you forsaken us?
What are we even doing? Who knows?
Despite the earlier confrontation, our heroes seem to be working alongside each other instead of against each other. Where will this lead to?
Excuse me.
Any new discoveries so far? I mean, since you're not a detective and all.
I may have obtained some leads, but nothing concrete. Also, I'm not a detective.
That just equates to nothing on why the lights are turned off. Having leads does not equate to having nothing. It's a method of deducing what could have happened and what circumstances might have led to this.
Huh?
Why don't you, like, explain to us what happened then?
I deduce that the power went off because the power must have gone out.
Oh my god, that's like, wow.
It's the work of the devil! We are all doomed! We are going to be locked in here! No food, no water, nothing! Nada! Nil! Zero!
Mary didn't realize that zero means zero in Spanish. I wonder how she learned the word. Probably watched too many telenovelas. Out of the blue, the lights of the elevator switch back on again. What's with this on-off light switching, though? Are they trying to make this poor narrator's eyes blind?
Ugh.
Oh look, the crazy cuckoo lady decides to speak. Mr. Bunny just told me we're all going to die down here. That's ominous. Saving? Shut your pie hole, kid. Mr. Bunny this, Mr. Bunny that. I just want to rip that stupid bunny of yours apart.
Mr. Bunny doesn't like you.
You take that back.
You bitch.
Nuh-uh. You and I are just so done. Just as Anita was about to run and tackle Jack, the elevator suddenly came to a halt and rumbled violently. Finding nothing to help to keep their balance, the heroes fell down to the ground.
I'm scared.
Protect me, Mr. Bunny. Just die already. You're like so annoying. Ah! With what looked like the disaster of the century, our heroes noticed that the lights kept flickering, almost as if they were in a horror movie. Or maybe this really is a horror movie. It's probably just Jackson playing with the switches again. Creatures of the lost soul, please guide us with your holy hands. We vow to be ever-loving children in your name. The world is ending. What's going on? That sounded like a blunt instrument. What was that noise just now? I can't see anything here. Jackson, stop messing around with the switches. You... What the... Okay, finally! Whoops.
Why is the detective lying down on the floor? Is that ketchup on his torso? I'm getting hungry.
Wait a minute, that's blood. It's someone's dead. Bloodied body. This isn't supposed to happen. I don't want to narrate this, do I? I do? Under the pale, grim lighting, they saw the man with the bad costume lying on the ground, surrounded by shards of glass. The mirror that stood opposite the elevator door had been smashed into pieces. Whatever had broken it left a clear mark, a circle surrounded by spiderweb cracks. But aren't elevator mirrors, aren't they, especially in office buildings, aren't they made of toughened glass so that they don't shatter? I don't know, maybe that's a false clue, and I don't know, we'll have to check the mirrors. What object could have caused it? If you turn your attention towards Hugh's body, specifically the top part, you see that his head... yeah, just see the picture. It's clear enough, right? Well, not quite. It's sort of cut off at the top of the head.
Huh?
But it went in the neck there. Is that Hugh? What is even going on? Yeah, JP says, how? That's what I'm saying. It's... Cause if... Okay, imagine the floor plan of the elevator is square, right? So one of the walls is the mirror. So for it to come out at that velocity, something would have to be on the other side. It's not someone inside the elevator cracking the mirror. It's something outside the elevator cracking the mirror. But what caused that? Yeah, Cho is wondering. It's a cult. Is he dead?
Please.
Our lost soul, please do not forsake us. Guide us to eternity. Okay, so I wasn't going mad. This is random or choice-based, where the narration is different each time. I mean, not... It's... The murder is different each time, so at some point... I think it's like one for each character, but I'm not sure how many, if it's all of the characters or just 3 out of 8.
Eiltaf, Jibasilya Vadef. Eiltaf, Jibasilya Vadef. Free us from this mortal vessel.
You bitch.
You're just asking for another death, aren't you? For a second I thought that was Anita breaking the fourth wall because Mary was the first death, so I thought she was referring to that, but no, she's referring to Hugh and Mary. We already have one dead here, and you're, like, trying to cause another one with your stinking cult stuff.
I'm scared.
No. Mr. Bunny, please protect us. The panicking and bickering continued until everyone ran out of energy. They stood in silence, waiting for someone to save them, or for the next death to come. Will there be more deaths? I don't know, I haven't read the script that far.
Sweet Brahmi.
Do not panic. We must not rest yet. The devil might be gone and have taken poor Hugh with him. May he rest in peace, but he surely will come for us.
Oh my god, like, seriously?
Oh yeah, new background. The perspective has changed. Shut up. You're, like, making everything worse. Oh my god, what am I going to do with my salon appointment? Oh my god. Anita walked away, stomping her heels vigorously, and by walking away I mean to the opposite corner of the elevator. She really shouldn't stomp if there's a bunch of glass shards all over the floor.
I am going to try and perform a little ceremony in order to ask our great creator, Brahmi, for his divine blessing.
Is it going to be a seance?
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Mr. Bunny says he will join you. We will join you.
Can we help? Do we need to offer a sacrifice? Blood? Oh, please don't say we need to draw a magic circle with salt, because we don't have it.
I feel the need to assure you that I am performing a holy ceremony, not some kind of twisted pagan voodoo thingy.
My bad.
I'm going to say a few prayers in the sacred language. If my wish is strong and my soul is pure, which they are, my words will reach the Maker, and he, in turn, shall shield us from all misfortunes.
Ooh!
Is Mr. Brahmi going to show up? Mr. Bunny hasn't seen his friend in a very long time. Friend? What are you saying, child? How could a mere toy be acquainted with my sweet Lord Brahmi?
Him.
Mr. Bunny has the right to remain silent. A mere child's babble. At any rate, I'm afraid the result might be a little too spiritual to be seen. That kind of reminds me of a line from Gravity Falls. Like, it wasn't even in Gravity Falls, it was in something related to official Gravity Falls stuff outside the show, but someone asked about what the whole thing with the goat was about. You know, why is that goat with the strange eyes there in Gravity Falls? That's around the Mystery Shack cabin, and Bill Cipher, the Dream Demons, sort of gave a response to the fan question by saying he looks a lot different than I remember him, which kind of implied a lot of stuff. Yeah, Bill Cipher. At any rate, I'm afraid the result might be a little too spiritual to be seen.
Oh.
Oh, that's okay. We can see spirits. Anyway, Mary, what do we do now?
Yes!
Let's hold hands and form a circle, maybe at the corner of the elevator. Don't want to get too close to where Hugh is. This is a seance. Yes, that sounds like a sensible idea.
Excuse me.
Anita, are you sure you don't want to join us? My phone! Oh my god, I'm totally buying a better one once I get out of this place. Corrupted by capitalism, a shame, but fear not, we shall pray for you as well. Well then, since you're novices, it might help to close your eyes. Utter his holy name, Brahmi. Think of how much you want to see him, how much you want his help escaping. Believe fervently. I shall now speak the holy words. You might not understand them, but let them envelop you. Feel their force, feel their power. Brahmi, creator of everything, please listen to our prayers and come to us.
Gibasi livadeth. El taf gibasi livadeth.
Oh, the lights are flickering again. Don't tell me it's working. Jackson, if it's you trolling me, I'm going to be super annoyed. Fingers crossed, it's just the elevator malfunctioning.
El taf gibas.
And I would say that's a bust.
Ah, phooey.
Mr. Bunny still can't see his friend, Miss Mary. Patience, my child. Our creator might be occupied listening to other people's prayers. Ah. Don't you understand? If the devil is to blame for this, there's no escape or way we can fight back. We need to reach him now before it's too late. Is Jack Jackson or... Yeah, it's the similar name. I don't think so, because the narrator didn't recognize the kid. Just leave me be. I'll keep on praying for all of us. We will listen, I'm sure of it.
Thanks.
Thank you, we're all counting on you. Anita, are you feeling better now? Billy turned her attention to the troublesome lady in the corner. After multiple attempts at finding a signal on her phone, she had finally given up and instead started the dramatic process of sulking.
Oh my god, like, seriously?
This is, like, so annoying. Can someone, like, suggest something useful? Like, Billy, since you're the next smartest one here... Next smartest? Really?
Duh.
Hugh was, like, pretty smart, but he's, like, totally dead. So I guess you're, like, the second smartest after me. Sure, we'll go with that. And since you're, like, pretty smart and all, what do you think might have happened here? Let me think about it. Jealousy towards his reflection. We'll go with the bottom choice. The devil will come for us all. The devil sees us, hears us. The devil has planned for our demise.
Sweet Brahmi.
The devil is everywhere, but I have no fear. Our Lord and Savior Brahmi will protect us from the devil's clutches.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
But have no fear. Mr. Bunny will protect us from the devil's clutches.
El taf gibasi livadeth.
Oh my god.
We're surrounded by lunatics. Let's just leave these two alone and move on to something else. The party of 5, minus the one dead, waited for something to happen. Unfortunately, the script proved to be of no help at all, again. Well then, how about... It was at this moment that Anita came too close to Hugh.
Ew. Ew.
I stepped on the body. Oh my god, my heels are okay? Oh my gosh, this is going to be, like, totally stained. Anita, who clearly had no understanding of the group's priorities, scuttled to the edges of the elevator in search of a safe haven from all the blood spreading on the floor.
That's what Mr. Bunny said.
Billy, Mr. Bunny says that blood tastes like strawberry sauce.
Huh?
What the? Mr. Bunny tried some earlier when he got splashed by it. Can dolls even eat things? Mr. Bunny is not a doll, Miss Billy. He is a Mr. Bunny. Billy peered closely at the doll.
Mr. Bunny doesn't like you.
Mr. Bunny feels insulted. Billy peered closely at Mr. Bunny to check if Mr. Bunny really did get splashed by blood on the face. He's breaking the fourth wall now. Lo and behold, the stain that was supposed to be there was gone? Oh, it really is gone, but how?
Sweet Brahmi.
My sweet Lord Brahmi, do not let the devil corrupt this innocent child. We must deliver him from evil. That accursed creature in his hands must be the catalyst. You dare to take Mr. Bunny from my hands? On second thought, perhaps we can negotiate a ceasefire. Meanwhile, somewhere in a dark corner, Anita was still trying her best to get rid of that persistent stain on the bottom of her shoes. Either she wasn't paying attention, or she was very good at ignoring a very dangerous and possibly otherworldly presence standing less than a meter away from her. Mr. Bunny is still waiting for your answer, Miss Billy.
Huh?
Answer? You mean the taste of blood? Mr. Bunny is getting impatient. I'm doing a lot of saves today. Should we agree? Like, what happens if we agree? As you said. Do you hear that, Mr. Bunny? Blood does taste like strawberry sauce. Mr. Bunny is always right. Yes, Mr. Bunny is always right. Oh my god, they're on my hands. Oh my god, oh my god. This is like the worst.
Please.
Oh my sweet Lord Brahmi, despite this minor setback, I must confess, I still believe. When I am not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, Wait, copyright. Somebody stop her from continuing. Oh wait, that's my job. Or not. Seems like the demo ends here. For the first in the forever, I'm going home earlier. Into the unknown I go. Who's up for drinks after work? This time, the one paying will be Jackson? Complaints? Hey, I'm the one who should be complaining about messing up our work. I think it was a Britney Spears reference? Like, hit me baby one more time? Oh, it might be Frozen because it said send me a sign. You're right, for the first time, and yes. You're right, I should have got that reference because I'm an animator. It's ironic. Both the times we got a murder, we had the cheery narrator voice set on, not the one that was ominous or the other one. I'm sure there's more things to discover in this demo, but I think I'm going to stop here for now. You're right, Ing, that was an interesting demo. Yeah, the cheery narrator seems like the murder route. Yeah, I don't know if that's coincidence on my part or if that's how it's set. But I think for now I'm going to end here. I'm probably going to try experimenting a bit more off camera. Thank you for Thank you for coming. In the meantime, I'm going to find someone for us to raid. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for coming, Joe. Let's see, who can we raid? Let me click the button. Who is live right now? Oh, Cry is playing Dishonored 2. We'll go there then. So that's it for today. I'll stream another NaNoRenO2020 game, hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or as soon as I am able to. Hopefully tomorrow, though. Sometime during the evening, like around the time I started tonight. In the meantime, thank you for coming, Tara.